Okay, so back to the game. This is going to be part 2. He's going to get annoying, so I want to block. The question is, how do I block? I could just block with the queen, maybe, and just simplify this position. Alright, yeah, that noise is getting annoying. You know what? I don't normally like to do this, but I'm just going to simplify because I'm so far ahead. I'm just going to simplify this. He might bring the other rook over, but that's fine. I'll just trade everything off, kind of deal. And that noise really does get annoying. But now you see, he only has a rook, and I got rooks and 2 bishops. It's just, you know, I have an overwhelming advantage. So now what I want to do is just want to get rid of that last rook. So I'm going to move my rook at h. Leave my other rook over there because he's guarding the pawn. Not that the pawn would ever get in any kind of danger. Oh, he traded it. And now I just get it with my other rook, and now this is a completely one endgame. Now it's just a matter of just destroying the rest of his pawns. See, so he knows that I'm going to go toward the middle. Let me see, which pawns can I take here? Alright, so I'm going to move my rook over to the b file. Oops. Let's see what he does. He's pushing his pawns, but now I'm gonna get a check in there and take his pawn over there. So I'm going to go to here with the rook, and then this pawn will fall. Depending on what he does, so will the other one across from it. Depending on which, if he decides to guard it. Alright, so he is kind of guarding it indirectly. So let's just go ahead and take it off. Now, you know, I could just block, I could use the rook as a blocker, essentially. Alright, yeah, he's creating a threat, but that threat's easily, I can get out of this threat really easily. Just move my bishop out of the way. I don't have to take that pawn. He's moving his other pawn. He's obviously running out of moves. Because all I have to do is trade off the pawn. So now what I'm going to do is, let's see. I'm going to move the rook to the c file and promote that pawn to a queen. Make my life a little easier. I could also go to d, but then he could harass it. So he's running out of moves. Let me see, I could put the bishop on a diagonal, but then he blocks with the pawn, which is annoying, so it's a waste of a move. So, since there's now nothing to stop this, this is what's called a passed pawn. Nothing is there to stop it. And he's just going to run out of moves. See, his pawn is now can't go any more forward. So he's running out of room. You see, where's he going? See? At any point I want to, just trade off the pawns, and then he'll have nothing left. Let me see here. Yeah, over here. Okay. I could take him first. I'd rather have him take me, though. Let me see. Oh, though, actually, now that I think about it, he could push the bishop out of the way if I did that. That could get annoying. You know what? I'm gonna take with my pawn, so he doesn't end up, you know, moving one more forward and harassing my bishop. You could take that pawn. I don't care. Oh. Now you can't take anything at all. Right, so now this pawn is going to cover this one. And now he's run out of rooms. Alright, so now I got to be careful because you have the potential for a stalemate because he doesn't have too many more moves. So I got to be careful about not stalemating him. Stalemate is when the king is forced to move. But it can't move to any safe squares because all the squares have been taken away. What did it do? Oh, geez, I wasn't paying attention. I'm supposed to move the king over to protect that pawn. Alright, that was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. Alright, but I'm not going to make that same mistake twice. Just cover the bishop. Alright, let me see. Let me see, that should become a queen, I think. It automatically promotes to queen. The game isn't sophisticated enough to, oh, well, he grabbed that pawn. I don't really care. You know, this game is a one game. Alright, so let's see. Quickest way to mate. Let me see if I bring the queen over here. He can still go here, and then the rook can come in, right? Yeah, I think so. Alright, so we're going to move the queen over here, kind of limit to where he can go. So we're going to be seeing a checkmate in 2. He only has one square. And now the rook will come over and finish him off. And then you're going to hear this annoying sound when it's checkmate. And that is video chess, at least at the beginner level, which again, for whatever reason, they chose level 8 instead of 1. So I'm just going to stop the video here. Thanks for watching, and please leave a comment. And yeah, I messed up the end, but I didn't really care. I was so far ahead, I wasn't really paying attention. Alright, bye.